Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. And you can get different infographics in that channel. Now, we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. RBI approved the appointment of Committee of Directors to run which bank? So this bank is Dhanlaxmi Bank, and this is going to be a 3-member committee, and this 3-member committee has been approved by Reserve Bank of India, and this 3-member committee is headed by G. Subramania Iyer. Now, Dhanlaxmi Bank is a bank headquartered in Thrissur city in Kerala. Recently, RBI was also in news as it partnered with Amitabh Bachchan to launch awareness campaign. Amitabh Bachchan was also in news as recently it partnered with Amazon to provide voice for Alexa. Alexa is the digital assistant of Amazon. Now coming back to Kerala, recently Kerala was also in news as Kerala's first mega food park was inaugurated in Palakkad district of Kerala. Madhabi Puri Butch, who was seen in news, is the first woman whole-time member of which organization? So C is associated to SEBI, and C is the first woman whole-time member of SEBI, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, and C is also the first from the private sector to be appointed as a SEBI board member. Now what is SEBI? It is regulator for securities and commodity market. It is important to note that SEBI was established in 1988, but it was given statutory status in 1992. So now it is a statutory organization as per SEBI Act of 1992. The headquarters of SEBI is in Mumbai in Maharashtra. Present SEBI chairperson is Ajay Tyagi. Recently, SEBI was also in news as it fined 1 crore rupees on Rana Kapoor. Rana Kapoor is the former MD and CEO of Yash Bank. Singapore-based GIC and TPG Capital have acquired stakes in which Indian company? So this company is Reliance Retail. So GIC is a Singapore-based sovereign wealth fund. Now please read about this sovereign wealth fund. What is the meaning of this term? Sovereign wealth fund. Okay, so GIC and private equity firm TPG have acquired stakes in Reliance Retail. So GIC is going to acquire 1.22% stakes and TPG Capital is going to acquire 0.41% stakes in Reliance Retail. Apart from that, recently, Abu Dhabi-based Mubadala Investment acquired 1.4% stakes in Reliance Retail. General Atlantic acquired 0.84% stakes, and Silver Lake acquired 2.13% stakes in Reliance Retail. Recently, Silver Lake was also in news as Baiju raised $500 million from the equity investor Silver Lake. World Day for Farmed Animals is celebrated on the birth anniversary of which leader? So, it is celebrated on the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi ji, that is on 2nd of October. And this year, a campaign was started, and the campaign was pledged to fast against slaughter, that means slaughter of animals. Now, on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, that means on the occasion of 2nd of October, Film Division organized Gandhi Filmotsav. 2nd of October is also the birth anniversary of our former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. It is also celebrated as International Day of Non-Violence. Apart from that, on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, Department of Justice, that is DOJ, started Shramdan campaign. Answer in comment box what is the objective of this Shramdan campaign by Department of Justice. Apart from that, the Tourism Ministry organized Charkhe Pe Charcha, and this was organized under its Dekho Apna Desh series. So 2nd of October is International Non-Violence Day. On the other hand, 5th of October was celebrated as World Habitat Day. Actually, this World Habitat Day is celebrated on the first Monday of October, and this year it was on 5th of October, and the theme was Housing for All, a Better Urban Future. Apart from this, the week of 2nd to 8th of October is also celebrated as Wildlife Week. Indian Navy undertook the process of aerial seeding to increase the green cover in which city? So this is Vishakhapatnam. Now, what exactly is this aerial seeding? See, in aerial seeding, we distribute seeds or we throw seeds on the ground from air using some device. For example, throwing seeds via drone or a plane or helicopter. So this is a technique of sowing seeds by spraying them from air. Now please do not confuse between aerial seeding and cloud seeding. In aerial seeding, we spray seeds. In cloud seeding, the main objective is rain, and for that purpose, dry ice or silver iodide is used. So it is used to stimulate the clouds for rainfall. So the main intention behind cloud seeding is to create a rainfall. Which organization initiated live trading and other operations successfully from its disaster recovery site? So this is related to NSE, that is National Stock Exchange. Now, what exactly is this disaster recovery site? It is a site that is something like backup. In case of any problem with the main site, that means main location, the regular functioning can be operated from this disaster recovery site. So disaster recovery site is necessary for all critical institutions, so that in case of any problem in the main site, the operations can be organized from the backup center. Now what is NSE? It is National Stock Exchange and it is located in Mumbai. Now suppose there is some problem in the Mumbai trading center. Therefore, the operations can be continued from the disaster recovery site of NSE. So it is something like backup, that if your main system is not working, you are continuing your work from backup system. So disaster recovery site is located in another country and it is a replica of main production site which is located in the Mumbai. Indian Army has signed a project with which company for strengthening ESCON communication network. So for this purpose, Indian Army has signed agreement with ITI Limited. Now this ITI Limited is a telecom and defense equipment manufacturing company. It is a government company and Indian Army has signed agreement with this company for ESCON communication. Now what is ESCON? It is Army Static Switch Communication Network. So it is a network for secure communication across the country. And for this communication network, Indian Army and ITI Limited decided to collaborate. The headquarters of ITI Limited is in Bengaluru. Recently, Indian Army was in news as DRDO provided Bharat drones to Indian Army. Recently, DRDO was in news because of Dare to Dream initiative. Which car manufacturer has announced to withdraw from Formula 1? So recently, Japanese automobile manufacturer Honda announced its withdrawal from Formula 1 racing by the end of 2021. Now, it is important to note that Honda has been the engine supplier for F1 teams Red Bull and Alfa Tauri. Now, this Honda is a Japanese automobile manufacturer. Recently, Japan was in news as former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe resigned. Japan was also in news because of Hope probe. It is a mission on Mars and it was launched with the help of Japan. It is a mission on Mars by UAE. The European Union has recently imposed sanctions against which country? So this country is Belarus, and people are protesting that the recent presidential elections were not fair and they should be fair elections. That's why there are widespread protests, and in this context, European Union has imposed sanctions on Belarus to pressurize the president. Who is the president? He is Alexander Lukashenko. Now, the capital of Belarus is Minsk. So, people are protesting against the president of country because the elections were not fair. Now, in this context, please read about Arab Spring. It is an old event but is important. Which famous building was illuminated with Gandhiji's image along with his message? So, it was Burj Khalifa. It is in Dubai. Dubai is in UAE. Now, recently, on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, Sabarmati Central Jail launched Radio Prison Initiative. Apart from that, recently, on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, Netherlands started Follow the Mahatma campaign to disseminate the message of Gandhiji, the message of non-violence. Which country hosted the historic 4th World Conference on Women? So this country was China. And this event is popularly known as Beijing Declaration. And this year it completed 25 years, so it is Beijing plus 25. Recently, the 25th anniversary of this 4th World Conference on Women was organized, and from Indian side, our Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani participated in this event. Now, recently China was also in news because of Kra Canal, as Thailand decided to step back from this project, and China was deeply interested in this project as it would have allowed China to bypass Strait of Malacca. The maritime patrol aircraft P-8A, which was seen in news recently, is associated to which country? So it is associated to USA. Now, why it is so significant? See, recently this landed at Port Blair in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and this landed for refueling. And for this purpose, that means for the logistic support, both countries, that means India and USA, have signed LEMOA. What is LEMOA? It is Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. So this aircraft landed in India for refueling, and this is part of LEMOA. Now, in the context of India and USA defense cooperation, 4 major terms are important. One is LEMOA, it is CIS-MOA, BECA, and GSO-MIA. Now, please read about these 4 terms. This is your homework. So, these were the most important questions. Now, we are going to cover important news events. First is Puducherry Airport. So, recently, Puducherry Airport became the first airport of AAI to be entirely solar powered. What is AAI? It is Airport Authority of India. Next is Gram Sampark Abhiyan. So, this is a financial inclusion and literacy initiative, and it has been started by PNB. Name of initiative is Gram Sampark Abhiyan. Next is Yudh Pradushan Ke Virudh. So it is a campaign, or it is a fight against pollution, and this has been started by Delhi government. Next is Gram Darshan. So it is an initiative started by Haryana. So the objective of this initiative is to digitize the record of development works in the villages. That means in how many villages which developmental activities were completed. So this will be a digital record of that, and it is going to be a single digital platform for entire developmental projects in different areas, and it has been launched by Haryana. Recently, Haryana was also in news because of Meri Fasal Mera Beora initiative. So this is an initiative started by Haryana government for paddy procurement. Next is Hero MotoCorp. So recently Hero MotoCorp was in news as it appointed former Air Chief B.S. Dhanoa as independent director. Apart from that, Hero MotoCorp also appointed Sanjay Bhan as the head of global business. Next is Nobel Prize in Physics. So this Nobel Prize in Physics was given to 3 personalities. One is Roger Penrose, another is Renard Genzel, and third one is Andrea Ghez. So these 3 were selected for the Nobel Prize in Physics for this year. Now, Roger Penrose was selected for the discovery that black hole formation is a robust prediction of general theory of relativity. So 2 important terms. First, it is black hole formation, and it is general theory of relativity. Now, these 2 were selected for the discovery of a supermassive compact object at the center of our galaxy. Next is MOHUA, that is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is the nodal ministry for PM Swanidhi, and under this PM Swanidhi, it partnered with Swiggy. Swiggy is a food delivery platform. So now, with the help of this agreement, street vendors will be able to sell their products online, and this has been done by agreement between Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Swiggy. Next is First Pirul Power Project. So recently Uttarakhand government launched the First Pirul Power Project. Next is Ratan Tata. So Mr. Tata was in news recently as he was given Lifetime Achievement Award by IACC. What is IACC? It is Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. Next is the very extremely most naughty Asur Tales for Kids. So this is a book, kids book by Anand Neelakantan. And Anand Neelakantan is the author of Bahubali series. Next is Bapu the Unforgettable. So this is a book launched by Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. And last is DRDO SMART. So the SMART is an initiative by DRDO. What is the full form of SMART? It is Supersonic Missile Assisted Release of Torpedo. So recently this was successfully flight tested by DRDO, and that is why it was in news. So these were the most important events. Thank you.